Karen Curry here, author of Understanding Human Design, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what's next. Hopefully by now you've gotten your human design chart and you've had a chance to go through the Understanding Human Design book. If you haven't yet, I encourage you to please visit Amazon or Barnes & Noble and get your copy of Understanding Human Design. It's going to give you a nice, good introduction to some of the deeper parts of your chart so that you can really start living out the beauty of who you are right away. Once you've done that, there's nothing that can replace getting a human design reading. It's very important that you get a human design reading with somebody who is qualified to sit down with you and really look at all the intricacies and all the beautiful parts of that chart and weave those parts together into the story of you, so that you can begin living the beauty of that story in your everyday life right away. You really owe it to yourself to have somebody really help you define that story, put the words to that story, and show you how you can start living the magnificence of who you are in your relationships, in your money life, in your work life, in your health and wellness, and even in your spiritual life. You need somebody to sit down and kind of guide you and walk you through that beautiful part that's uniquely yours. There's nobody else like you with a chart like you on the planet. So it's good for you to get a nice guide to go through step by step and really look at that part of your chart. The second thing that I encourage you to do is, once people get a reading, there's still sort of a question of, well, how do I keep myself in this energy? How do I support myself in the deeper unfolding of my chart? I created the Personal Self-Discovery Kit to really give you some of those personal pieces to help you stay kind of engaged with this energy and really help you stay engaged with this information, so that when you go out in the world, you know, if your type is to do things differently than how you've been trained, and that's really for most of us are going to be taking our human design and going out in the world and realizing that a lot of the ways in which we've been trained in our whole life are not really the best for our energy. And so you're sort of embarking on this journey now where you're going to start doing things in a brand new way. And sometimes you might be, or at least you might feel like you're the only one doing it this way. So I wanted to create a series of programs to help you get a little bit more support and hook you into a human design community so that you wouldn't feel like you were the only oddball out there in the world living true to your type. So in the Self-Discovery Kit, and if you scroll down this page, you'll see there's some more information about all the different components of the kit. I included first and foremost the Human Design Level 1 training, which is an extensive training that goes deep into all the 5 types. It goes in deeper than you've ever been with any of the book or any of the information. It really gets nitty-gritty into how do you live your type in your practical life. So that Level 1 program goes through all the types, so not only are you going to discover more about your own type, it'll also help you discover about the types of the people around you. In addition to that, if you love that class and you love human design and you decide, hey, I really want to offer this to the world, that is also the very first professional level training in the Human Design program. So if you decide you want to go further with that after you finish the Human Design Level 1 training, you can go ahead and complete the certification for Level 1. That's an additional $50. But that gets you started in being able to do very basic human design readings. So that class kind of has a dual purpose. It's a personal training for you. It can also be a professional training if you choose to make it to be. In addition to that, to the Human Design Level 1, I've also included, as part of the self-discovery package, the Human Design Open Forum. Once a week on Mondays at 12:45 p.m. Central, we meet on the phone. It's either me or one of my Human Design Standard Board members. We meet and you get to bring your questions about human design to class. You get to bring your charts to class. It's a place where you can come and with a live human being get your questions answered, and not only just get your questions answered, but get plugged into the human design community so that you're not doing this information alone. You're out there sharing this vocabulary, learning new things with people who are on the same journey as you. I also threw in the Generator and Manifesting Generator course because it's very important that you discover who you are, and not only just who you are, but also who your friends and who your lovers are. You know, a couple years ago I did a survey with my database, and I asked the question, what's the greatest thing you've gotten out of human design? And I expect people to say, I made more money, I had more job fulfillment, I had a deeper connection with spirit, and certainly people said that too. But one of the things that surprised me the most is that almost everybody said that when they learned human design, not only did they receive tremendous personal benefits, they also started to look at the world differently, and they stopped judging other people, and they really started to love the people in their lives much more unconditionally and much more deeply. So when I put this kit together, I really wanted you to not only learn, of course, about yourself, but also have an opportunity to learn about the people in your lives as well, because there is nothing that beats coming from an unconditionally loving place. That is the juice of life, and I really want you to have that experience. So I included the Manifesting Generator in the Generator course. In addition to that, I also included the Projector Survival Guide. So not only will you get to learn about generators and manifesting generators, you also can go deep into what does it mean to be a projector? How do you live as a projector? What does a projector do if they've got to wait for an invitation? And what do they do while they're waiting? So this is a beautiful course that was created by a projector for projectors, and of course people who love projectors. The third thing, or rather the fourth thing that I threw in was the Deconditioning by Design program. This is an extensive program that goes deep into the open centers and what do the open centers mean in your life and how can you really work with what's open in your chart and bring out the highest expression of the wisdom of that openness. What I've done is I've married human design with the emotional freedom techniques. So in addition to studying human design, you're also going to get to learn EFT and learn how to use EFT to help you in that deconditioning process so that you can really begin to live out, again, the beauty and the magnificence of who you are, and not get stuck in those weird places that we sometimes get stuck in. In addition to that, I threw in the Abundance by Design program, which really goes through all the 9 centers and other aspects in the chart to help you discover what's going on with you and your prosperity consciousness and how can you turn around so that you're constantly in this mindset where you are open to receiving and totally aligned with the abundance that is you in a way that's just right for you, because not everybody goes around about creating and manifesting and even staying aligned with abundance in the same way. So we talk about law of attraction and deliberate creation and all of those pieces that go along with the creative process and the abundance process, but I've tailored it so that it really specifically matches what's in your chart and it gives you some tools so that you can really pull out what's in your chart so that you can make those energies, make those laws work for you. Last but not least, I threw in Soulmates by Design, which is one of my favorite little classes that basically just shows you how the electromagnetics of relationships can really influence our relationships and how no matter what the dynamic is in your relationship, you can really start bringing out the best in your relationships too. So Self-Discovery Kit, it's a $97 program. Included with that $97 program is over $600 worth of free bonuses. So all of the great courses I've just been talking about, they're all yours for free. So it's just the $97 investment and then $600 worth of free bonuses. That gets you the level 1, that gets you the Human Design Open Forum, it gets you the Generator Manifesting Generator course, the Projector Survival Guide, Deconditioning by Design, Abundance by Design, and Soulmates by Design. So enjoy this program. Really, I encourage you to get yourself started here so that you can start really every day having something to kind of imbue yourself with so you can keep this human design logo and vibe going in your life. Most importantly, so that you can begin to live out the truth and the beauty of who you are without the struggle, without the pain, without feeling like you have to be something that you're not on this planet, because you don't. Who you are is very important, and the world needs you to show up for your life as you, the beauty and the magnificence of you as you truly are.